Hi, Aldin. Welcome to another Daddy Cast with math. Today we're going to be learning a new thing, which is in the book they call it addition with renaming. Let's just go through it with the place markers, place marker chart, and we'll see how it works. So this is going to be an addition problem. In this group up here, we have 3 hundreds, 6 tens, and 8 ones. And we're going to add it together with 4 hundreds, 8 tens, and 5 ones. So it's 368 plus 485. And this is how they're going to show us to do it. We're going to add up all of the ones that are in this group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 ones is really the same as, this is where we're renaming it. 13 ones is the same as 110 and 3 ones. You can see that if we take these up here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 110 and 3 ones. Kind of like we do in trading in poker chips and star realms. We're going to take the 10 ones, and we're going to trade in for 110. I'm going to stick it up there, sort of separate it out. Okay. We still have the same number of things in our box. We just traded in 10 ones for 110. And now we have 3 over here and 10. This is 1, 10, and this is 3 ones, which was the same as 13 ones. All right, I hope you're following with me so far. So now we've got this group up here. We're going to add them all together and see what we get. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we look at this, we have 10 tens and another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. So altogether, that's 15 tens. But 15 tens, because it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. 150. So 15 tens is the same as 105 tens. So kind of like we do when we trade in poker chips, we're going to take 10 tens and trade it in for 100. And we're going to put it over here. We have 100 and 5 tens, which was the same as our 15 tens. Does that make sense yet to you? Now we can get rid of these little extra lines and add these all up together. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 100s, 5 tens, and 3 ones. That is the answer to our problem. So, just making sure I got the right answer. 8 hundreds, 5 tens, and 3 ones. Right. Does that make sense to you? So here's how we would write our problem out if we were writing it in the vertical format that we were using yesterday. And I'm going to kind of do the number funny with the hundreds in green, the tens in pink, and the ones in blue like it is over here. So original problem was 368 plus 485. All right. Now we're going to do it the same way as we did before. Where first we're going to add up the ones column, and we're going to add up the tens column, and then we're going to add the hundreds column. I think you'll see that things will be a little bit different. So we're going to add up the ones first. 8 plus 5. What's 8 plus 5? Did you say 13? And here's the thing. We can't just write 13 down here and squish it in. That's not the way we do it. So let's write it down here so we'll know what we're talking about. We're talking about 13. It has 3 ones and 1 10. This is a pink. So what we have to do is this 1 that's in the 10 has to get added up over here in the tens column. So kind of small, we're going to write a 1 above. And then we're going to write our 3 right here. The 3 ones from 13 get added up in the ones column. And the 1 10 from 13 gets added into the tens column. So now we're going to add up the tens. We have to add up 6 and 8, but we also have to add up this 1. So we can say 1 plus 6 is 7, and 7 plus 8, you know what 7 plus 8 is? Did you say 15? But we can't just squish 15 in there either. That's not how it works. So down here, let's just write our 5 ones and our 1 10 for our 15 that we're working on next. 15 ones is the same as 1 10 and 5 ones. So we add it up, we're going to put our 5 here from 15, the 5 ones from the 15. But now we have this 1, oh sorry, I've been saying it wrong. Here, we're going to go back in time and pretend I didn't just mess that up. Let's just do it all over again because I was saying 15, but really it's 150. So, because this is 1 10 plus 6 tens plus 8 tens. 1 10 plus 6 tens is 7 tens. 7 tens plus 8 tens is 15 tens because we're in the 10 column. All right, we've got 5 tens and 100 is the same as 15 tens. All right, so we're going to write the 5 tens down here in the tens column, 5 tens. And then, because we've got 1 100, we have to add that in small. Oops, why isn't it green? We have to add that in small in the hundreds column. 1 100 and 5 tens. So now we're going to add up the hundreds column. So we have 1 100 plus 3 100ths plus 4 100ths. 1 100 plus 3 100ths is 4 100ths plus another 4 100ths is 8 100ths. So in total, we have 8 100ths, just like over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 5 10s, just like over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have 3 1s, just like over here. 1, 2, 3. So whenever you get in each of these columns too many digits to fit, you have to take the digit that doesn't fit and add it to the column to the left. Add it to the column to the left. And that's why we added this 1 on top. Because 8 plus 5 is 13. There's not room for 2 digits. There's only room for 1. There's only room for the 1's digits. 13 1's. But we can only keep the 3 1's, and then the 10 1's gets added into the 10's column. And then we have 1 10 plus 6 10s plus 8 10s. That adds up to 15 10s. But 15 10s can't fit in here. Only 5 10s can. And the 10 10s that's equal to 1 100 go up into the hundreds column. So now it's 1 100. And you get 1 100 plus the 3 100s plus the 4 100s is 8 100s. I'm going to take a break and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So we're going to go through a few problems that are helping us think about how to do mental math. Here's the first one. So we're going to do this problem. 8 plus 7 equals 10 plus what? So I want you to find the solution by making a 10 over here. So let's see, I haven't got my timer ready yet. I'm already giving you a lot of seconds, but let's give you 10 more seconds. And maybe you didn't even know what I meant. So now we'll find out. Here's what they suggest. 8 is close to 10. 7 can be broken down into a number bond. Can you guess what it can be broken down into? 2 and 5. Now if you take 8 and 2 together, that makes 10. Let's write 10 over here, which is what we've got over here. We've got 10. And we've broken down our 7, so it's not a 7 anymore. All that's left is 5. And so the answer they're looking for, 8 plus 7, is the same as 10 plus 5. And then we can say, we can repeat the problem over here, that 10 plus 5, which we now have, equals how much, Aldin? 15. That's a way of doing the problem in your mind, in your head. Of course, you can also just remember 8 plus 7 equals 15. And then you don't have to do all these mental gymnastics. But sometimes this kind of stuff can actually make it easier when you're trying to keep track of it all in your head. All right, let's move on to another one. Here's the expression 38 plus 7. So what is the next 10 after 38? Did you say 40? 40 is the next 10 after 38. How much do we need to add to 38 to get 240? Did you say 2? If we took 2 away, it's like a plus 2. If we took 2 away from 7, how many would we get? Did you say 5? So then the problem becomes 40 plus 5. And that's pretty easy to tell the answer of that, right, Aldin? 45. So 38 plus 7 equals 45. But we've also figured out how to do the mental math by finding the nearest 10 and making it easier. What do you think, Aldin? Is it easier or harder? So they're suggesting that we can show this with the number, what do they call this thing? The place value discs. Show it with the place value disc. So 38 plus 7. That's 3 10s. 1, 2, 3, and 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I get all the ones that I wanted to? The left one behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's our 38. 3 10s and 8 ones. And over here, we have 1, 2. I guess they like to group them in 5s if they can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have to make a few more. 1, 2, 3. So, oh wait, that's too many. That's 8. We just need 7. Delete it. All right. So we've got 38, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's what they're saying. When we take 38 plus 7, you want to get to 38 to 40 to make it easier? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, since we're doing adding, just share these with up here. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right? You have 10. You're going to trade in your 10 for a 10. And you add it up there. And now you've got 4 10s, 40. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. 4 10s and 5 ones. And now it's easy to see that you have 45. You had 45 before, but it was broken up into a funny amount of 10s and a funny amount of ones. All right, I'm going to pause so I can read the next section of the teacher's guide, and I'll be right back before you can say lickety split. Were you able to say lickety split? All right, here is the next way to look at things, is that if we've got 38 plus 7 equals something, we can break the 38 up into 30. That's the 3 10s and 8. And then, if you remember, that 8 plus 7 is equal to 15. Oh wait, you can't see it on the screen over there. All right. Remember that 8 plus 7 is 15. Then we have 30 and 15. go together to make 45. It's the same thing. So there's different ways you can break the problem up in your head. Okay, here's the next one. 638 plus 7 equals something. Well, here again we can break up the 7 into 2 plus 5. If we take the 638 plus the 2, that makes it nice and easy. Call it 640. And 640 plus the 5 is easily seen to be 645. Okay. And since 38 plus 7 is nowhere near 100, we know we're not going to have to add another 100 up here. So we can just keep the 600. 645. All right, let's get this game on the road. All right, let's take a look at this one. 80 plus 70 equals. Now, remember, when we did 8 plus 7, we could break the 7 up into 2 and 5. And the 2 and the 8 together easily made a 10. And 10 plus 5 easily made 15. We can do something similar here. This is 8 ones and 2 ones plus 5 ones. Here, can you do the problem? Let's see. Where's my timer? I'll give you 10 seconds. See if you can figure it out if you didn't already. Oops, anyway. All right. So here is similar. We've got the 80. That's near 100. We want to get to 100 to make it easier to add up. Here we have 70. 70 is 7 tenths. We can turn it into 2 tenths and 5 tenths. 2 tenths and 5 tenths is 7 tenths. 2 tenths plus 8 tenths is 1/100. We add these together. So 1/100 plus 5 tenths is 1/100, 5 tenths, 0 ones, 150. We're able to figure that out. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, pause the video and come ask for help, okay? All right. So here's our next expression. First of all, I want you to tell me how many tens are in 300. The number 300, how many tens? Okay. I hope you said 30 tens, because that's the right answer. All right. Now, tell me how many tens are there in the number 380? 380 is 38 tens. So here's our problem. I'm going to take 380 plus 70. we're adding, if you look at it this way, 38 tens and 7 tens. Remember, before we said that 38 ones plus 7 ones was 45 ones. And by analogy, then we can know that 38 tens plus 7 tens would be 45 tens. But then we have to go ahead and write the 0. So that means 380 plus 70 is 450. All right, they want me to illustrate this with place value numbers. So with place value tokens. So let's try it. Over here we have 38. We already did that one with place value, so I'm not going to do that again with place markers. So here we're going to have 380 plus 70. So it means we need 8, 10, let's see, we need 3 100s in the top. 1, 2, 3. 3 100s. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have 380. 380. And then we're going to add 70. So there's 70 has 0 100s and it has 7 10s. So let's grab a bunch of 10s and see if that's enough. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just like before, we're going to kind of group these two together. Remember how if we take the 7 or the 70, we can break it up into 2 and 5 tens. 7 groups of 10 is the same as 2 tens and 5 tens. So we got the 7, and we got the 7 here. We're going to take the 2 and share it up here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is all the same. This is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We take the 10 and trade it in for 100. And then we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 100s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 ones, or 5 tens. 4 100s and 5 tens means 450. Okay, Aldin, this is the last part of the teaching. Thank goodness, right? Here's our final problem. So let's say we're adding up 384 plus 70 equals what? This part can be broken down in number bond as the little number 4 plus 380. And we can break down the 70 just like we did in the last problem to make it easy. 20 and 50. These two can get added up to 400. And then we can see it's 454. Because you add these together, 450, and then you add the 4, and it's a 4. All right. So they want this problem to be done over here. So we're going to have to rebuild it. So we've got our 300s. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens. And we need 4 ones. And then we'll do our little divider. So that's 384. 3 100s, 8 tens, and 4 ones. And then we're going to add 70. Let's see if we can get a bunch of these tens. Drag them up here. Need to make one more into the program. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 70. Just 70. So these ones are just going to stay. There's no other ones to add them up to. We can't add up 10 ones to make 110 because there aren't 10 ones to add up. There's only 4. So it just is going to stay 4. That's why we could split off this 4. There's nothing to add it to. 4 ones are going to stay 4 ones. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then down here we have 2. 8, that's 8 tens, and then we have 2 tens, and we have 5 tens. Well, like we said, you can break 2 tens and 5 tens out and share these 2 tens up here to make 10 tens. All right, we still have the same number of tens, still have 15 tens. But if we take these 10 tens and trade them in, 10 tens is 1 100. We trade them in for 1 100. Then we get 4 100s, 5 tens, and 4 ones, which is 450. Did I say 4 ones? 454, which is the number we get over here. 454, which is the right answer. And you can see that it's not good for me to write with the mouse. I should write with my little tablet pen. Okay, thank goodness that's done with the instruction, Aldin. I hope you survived. You need to do, hold on, I'll figure it out for you. Okay, pull it up here. You need to do page 40 in your textbook. Textbook, page 40. All right. And then in your workbook, page 46. All right. And feel free to come ask me any questions. Good luck with your math. This is supposed to be a smiley face, but it's too low. Put it up here. Smiley face. All right. Talk to you later.